What's going on, everybody? I have another weathered model. I'm going through a weathering phase right now, guys, so that's what we're going to be playing with these next few days because I've been watching different videos and I started to realize that there's not many how-to videos on doing different things with equipment. You know, there's one or two guys that have posted some things on YouTube, so I figured that I would show you my different ways that I've thought about doing things with, and you know, taking the model car aspect of doing weathering and putting it into equipment. So this started out as the 1/64 scale Diecast Masters excavator. So this is my second one. I'll quickly show you the one up on the shelf here up top. So there we go. There's one of my other ones that I did there. This one's actually on a display, all muddy and everything, and you know, it's got dirt in the bucket and stuff, and a different type of weathering. You know, it's got buffs and scuffs and dirt everywhere like that. But this one, wanted to go more into depth on rust effects and washes and different things. So, you know, we got the bucket here as well. Try and get it into some decent light so you can see. There we go. That's a little bit better to show you the bucket. So here's the bucket details. I ended up using rusts and pigments and a bunch of different waxes and stuff on this one. So what I did first was, because this bucket was yellow, I'll bring it onto the deck here. My portable Dremel tool, and I got one of these guys on there. You know, the silver, it's the heavier duty one, and I just removed the paint, or almost all the paint, off of the bucket. And you know, we have a little bit of yellow on there and stuff. And then what we did from there was we went and we did this is the light rust color from Vallejo. It comes in that rust stain and streaking kit that I talked about in my last video here. So if you go to your local hobby store, you'll find a box that has this label on it, or you can go on Amazon or whatever you want, wherever you get your stuff from, and you can get all this. So we did the light rust on there, and then we did the orange rust Model Air by Vallejo. We did the orange brown, sorry there guys. We did the orange brown on there as well. So those three kind of rust browns. We did the dark rust with the German brown on there as well. And then I did a little bit of the black wash to get that bucket the way I wanted to. And then on the tracks, I did a little bit of the light rust and the light rust and dark rust and a little bit of black wash. And then I used those weathering powders that I just talked about in the other video. To me, weathering powders, the C box or C weathering panel is what I grabbed here. And then what I did was I just, you know, put it in the orange, and then I just quickly did little dabs all the way down the tracks in different areas where rust would accumulate and build up in the tracks and stuff there. So I'll try and zoom in so you can see, you know, we got it on the steps there. We got it also inside of the tracks as well. We got it underneath, built up on the model. So this weathering wax powder works out pretty good, and it makes it look super realistic. I couldn't believe it, because this model was the first one that I put it on, and I'm just like, anything that I am doing rusting and weathering is going to get this stuff because it looks cool. So, you know, I played with it a little bit there over the labels and stuff, a little bit more over the tracks. And that was what I did with the rusting. And then we did the rusting. Be hard to see, but I did a little bit more inside of the bucket, and we also got some, you know, a little bit of rusting chunks and stuff in the corners, and I black washed it as well, and you know, black washed the rivets and different things. The other details that I did on this, I'll go over here. As you can see, there's little nicks and dings in the truck. So let's just say the operator, you know, good at hitting stuff, or he's working in tight quarters and that kind of thing. So I ended up doing some hydraulic line work there and black washes. So I ended up using the Vallejo model wash and the Tamiya panel liner to outline the lines and different things and steps and so forth there. The black wash, I just thinned it with the airbrush thinner, paint thinner kind of thing. And I just went over the whole model in it just to kind of give it that dusty effect. Didn't do too much to the cab on this one. The back, you know, did a little bit more backwash there, added a little bit of rust effects on the bottom skirt. And then, you know, just scratched the crap out of the back there because I think this guy just probably broke the backup camera on this one and just kept going. So a little bit more of a different effect because not every piece of machinery has the same nicks and dings in it. Here on this side, you can better see the panel line marks that I did here. And then I also did a little bit of panel lining inside of the door handle there as well. Just to kind of signify, you know, where that door is so that you can better see it. You know, you can see some more rust effects here and the light rust powders and stuff there as well. And it just looks super clean. This one, I didn't add any mud or anything into the tracks like I did the one that I showed you. We ended up just doing black washes all up in here and on the steps and brown washes. And then I just outlined the whole hydraulic lines and stuff in the black panel liner and black washes just to give it that full dirty effect there. And that's quick in a nutshell how I did it, in showing you guys some of the different Vallejo paints and Tamiya weathering stuff, and it just really brings out a model. It is unbelievable. I'm surprised I didn't find this stuff earlier and, you know, kind of jump into doing the weathering effect. You know, it is challenging at times because, you know, you got to look at a lot of reference photos on, you know, where rust lines are on the bucket or on the underside of the bucket here. So I'll try and show you in the light here. You know, I got different little rust areas and stuff on the bottom of the bucket as well, just for that full effect and everything like that. So, you know, it's doing that and learning the tracks. And then, you know, different areas in the tracks where rust might accumulate or where dirt buildup is or water accumulation. It's a whole process. So I can tell you that YouTube and Google are your friend for when it comes to weathering models. So anyways, guys, thanks for checking out my second CAT 320 FL 164 scale Diecast Masters build and weathering. So thank you again, and I will see you guys on the next video where I go over a few different steps on how I did the 164 scale loader. Stay tuned.